All right, guys, today some products from CMF. They are a sub-brand of Nothing. They got some cool products for a very good price. We're going to talk about them today, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, drop a sub. So I've been using these products for about a month now. And the watch we're going to talk about first. We also have the charging brick, 65-watt charging brick. We'll talk about that in a second. And also the Buds Pro, again, part of Nothing. And you guys know I have reviewed a ton of Nothing products, from the phones to the earbuds. They make really, really good products, and especially the earbuds. But we got a smartwatch here. This is a very unique watch. Now, price on this has gone up. Originally, it was $70. I believe now it's $100 or $99. I will drop the links below, and I'll let you know at the end of the video if I think this is worth that price point. Basically a Bluetooth accessory, right? This is a very simple watch. We'll talk about that. So $100 for the watch. We're also gonna look at this charging brick. Not much to talk about with the brick. The packaging here, as you can see, this is a 65-watt GAN charging brick, and the price on this is $39. Now, this is very, very well built. This is a heavy and solid brick. Take it for what that's worth. But we do get a USB-A port and 2 USB-C ports. Again, 65 watts, fast charging, $40 for this. I do dig the packaging. What do you guys think of the packaging on these products? I do like them very, very much. And they don't feel cheap in hand. They feel like good, strong, solid cardboard. And then the kind of outline of the charging brick is kind of cool. I kind of dig it. So the charging brick, $40. Now, the Buds Pro, we are going to do a separate video on the Buds Pro. I feel like this needs its own video. I don't want to do a separate video. I could do these all three together and be done with it. But I feel like these are good enough to get their own video, and especially at the price point. So 3 colorways. These are only $49. A ton of bells and whistles on here. Bluetooth 5.3, ANC, ambient mode, 3 mics on each earbud. And again, these work with the Nothing app, where the Watch Pro does have a CMF app. Or if you have a Nothing phone, you got the Google Fast Pair and you can go right in. But for the earbuds, you're going to use the Nothing app, which you already use for their other earbuds. But we're going to do a separate video on that releasing this weekend. But today, the actual watch. We're going to take this off for a minute, take it off the wrist so I can just go over what we have here. Now, again, 3 colorways for the bands. So there's a gray color, there is a black color, and I believe this orange color. Now, some of the specs on this watch. So you have a 1.96-inch AMOLED display, 410 by 502 is your PPI, 600 nits of brightness. So using this outdoors, you are going to be just fine. And indoors, of course, it looks fantastic. Again, AMOLED display, 1.96 for only $99, 58 FPS. Bluetooth 5.3, there is an always on display. Dark gray color on here. Battery life is going to be very, very good. It says about 13 days of battery life. I've been getting 5 to 6, and that is depending on how much you use your device. This is also IP68 water resistant, so feel free to work out in the rain, do whatever you want with this device. And they do have some pretty cool watch faces. You can see the bezels here on this. And let me know what you think. There are phones, or watches, I should say, out there with much smaller bezels, but for the price point, you know, I think this looks pretty good compared to some of even the other higher ends, like the Pixel Watch, for instance. Not a big fan of the bezels on that, and that is, I believe the price on that is much more than it is on here. But this thing does have some very cool things to it. This is going to be workout-based, sports-based, health-based, so a lot of health features on here. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things with apps, but there are some cool things that you can do. Now, the silicone band on here, it is just a plain silicone band. There is a quick release here on the back. That is what you are going to do to interchange or to change these out from the black to the other bands that we do have. And it's very comfortable. Now, this is a very lightweight watch, only 47 grams. It is aluminum and very light and very cool. I do like the gray color to it. Again, the AMOLED display on here is actually very nice. Let me know what you guys think of the look of this. On the back, you can see the heart rate sensor and these 2 pins up top. That is how you are going to charge this up. The charger is just a USB-A to a dual pin charging cord. I guess that's what I'll call it. I'll just call it a charging cord. But the watch itself, So look, again, very basic. You're going to connect this to the app. I'm going to show you the app real quick, and this is what the app looks like. So, of course, you're going to connect just onto Bluetooth on your phone. Download the CMF app. It is the CMF Watch Pro app, and you will find that on Google, on the Google Play Store, as well as iOS. Now the watch face on here. Look, this is a good looking watch. Let me know what you guys think of the watch. We'll talk about the watch faces in a minute. There are a couple frustrating things with the watch faces. There are some preloaded ones on here, but it's only 4 of them that stay on there. And if you want to download one from your phone, you have to do that basically every single time. So I downloaded this, but it doesn't stay on the watch. So if I want to download a different one and use a different watch face, it will replace this. And then if I want to go back to this, I have to re-download that. So maybe we can get a fix on that in a software update, or have a way to keep the 4 that we want instead of just the 4 that come standard on the watch. But, you know, look, the software on here I do like. It's very fluid, very smooth, and it doesn't feel like I'm missing out or skimping out because of the price point. Now, the button on here, that'll bring up your app gallery. 110 apps geared for working out. Ton of apps on here. I'm not going to get into all the apps. If you like to work out, there's a ton of stuff on here for you. It's also where your settings is. You can go to your dial settings. You can go in and, let me go back to settings, and you can go to your app view. You can change your your app view from grid view to default. I like the default better. Your display and brightness, again, up to 600 nits. This is where you can change your always on display watch face as well. Your screen on, it will shut off after 5 minutes. Your brightness level, again, you can change that for now. We'll leave it on 5 for now. But there's also, you don't have to go into settings to do that, because there is, if you just swipe down, your brightness is actually right here. It will go up in increments. It's not a slider, but it will go up in basically around 20% increments. And again, 600 nits of brightness. And the battery life on here has been really good. I've been getting an easy 5-6 days on this watch, and it does say up to 13 on the actual website, but you know, that's going to depend on how much you use your watch. Now, there's a flashlight on here, a ton of different things, your low power mode, your settings. This is your wake on wrist. So if you want to raise it and wake it, you can do that. We're going to leave that on. You have your night mode on here, and then your notifications also. Now, if you scroll to the left or to the right, actually, you can scroll the other way and just start that way and go through some of the preloaded apps like we have here. So you have your activity. You also have your heart rate measurement on here, your BPM, your resting heart rate. You also have the weather, which is always a good thing. And then sleep mode. I don't sleep with a watch ever, so this doesn't relate to me, but some of you guys might like that. Your keypad, your contacts, you can talk on the phone on here, and it is pretty good for what it is. Now, all the preloaded apps I did mention, 110 of them basically geared for exercising and for health. Again, a ton. You go in here, you have all kinds of different apps that you can go in and just get a workout in. It's very cool, and I like that it is fitness-oriented. Exercise records, your heart rate monitor, of course, is in here. Your blood oxygen levels, your activity, your sleep tracking. They even have a stress where it will measure your stress, and it does it throughout the day, because on my phone you can see here for most of the day it's been at 65, and we'll see how accurate this is now if I still get around the same. My blood oxygen level is 98% today, usually around 97, 98, and that is what I get from the doctor. I usually get around 97 from the doctor, so the fact that this is around 98, and now my stress level is at 60. It is later, I'm a little more chill. And then we go back. So your phone call, this can also play music, of course. And now also the camera remote. So if you're connected to Bluetooth, if you just open up the camera, and you'll see right now, if how can I do this? We'll hold it like that. Let's hit the button. There is a little delay, but it did snap the picture, and that is the box. So you can control your camera from your watch, which is, you know, very cool. So your camera remote, your weather, your breathing. It will also give you reminders and different exercises to start breathing. It'll tell you to stand up and walk around. You have your voice assist and a stopwatch, all of your timers, alarms. You have Find My Phone on here. This does have GPS. Now you go into your settings and just a lot of things you can do. And again, you see throughout this video how smooth everything is. There is no delay. I have used and reviewed smartwatches before, and there is always a little bit of delay where you realize that it's, a cheap budget watch. This does not feel like that at all. This is very, very smooth in every single way. Now, the only thing that bothers me about the watch faces, again, as I mentioned earlier, you do have to download them, but the app itself is very cool. Bunch of different things. Everything is on the first page that we talked about. Your steps would be in here, your heart rate. I don't know why my steps aren't on there. They're up top, but why aren't they? I guess that's different. That's for exercising. Now, again, GPS is on here. You can track your steps on here. Then your watch faces and a ton of dials that you can do. Usual sports notifications. Of course, you do have to go in and turn notifications on, and you also have to go in and turn on always on display. It is not on out of the box, so make sure you go in and do that if you're wondering why it is not there. So and this is where you do a firmware update as well. And that's basically it. So daily goals you can set, your version update. Overall, look, a very cool piece of tech for only 99 bucks. Again, it is a little more expensive than it was. Let me turn down this brightness just a hair so it doesn't blow out in the video. But look, the CMF Watch Pro, let me know what you guys think. I think this is a great deal. And remember, this is basically nothing. The company, nothing. And they're going to give us updates. They're going to improve. And if you have the Nothing phones, you do have that fast pair where you don't have to download the app. So again, with the earbuds, you're going to need the Nothing app, the CMF app for the Watch Pro, and then of course the charger. I'm going to drop the links for all of these, but stay tuned this weekend for a separate video on the actual Buds Pro from CMF. But for now, the watch and the watch faces and all of the, well, I don't want to say bells and whistles, but for a Bluetooth watch, it's got the look. It's smooth, it's fluid, it doesn't feel cheap in any way. It's very lightweight. Again, 46, 47 grams. Fantastic battery life. Speakers are decent. And let me know what you guys think. The look, the bezels, I mean, I would like thin bezels. Of course, we all would, but for the price, sometimes, we get what we get. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of the Watch Pro piece.